Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and hit the bell icon. Golden Bachelorette spoilers. Does Chalk go home this week? Golden Bachelorette Joan Vassos is well on her way to finding love again. She has some incredible men who are getting to know her better. One of those men is Chalk Chappell from Wichita, Kansas. He was the lucky man who also got the first one-on-one date with Joan. They had a blast together at Disneyland. Things between seem to be great, but now for the upcoming episode preview, it looks like Chalk leaves. What happens? Keep reading to find out all the spoilers. Warning: spoilers for this season of The Golden Bachelorette ahead. Does Golden Bachelorette contestant Chalk Chappell leave? There is an explosive episode ahead for Joan Vassos on The Golden Bachelorette. Previews for this Wednesday night show the men with special guest Kaitlyn Bristowe in Las Vegas. The men on the group date will be taking it all off for a good cause. The men will act as Chippendale dancers to raise money for cancer research. However, it is not the strip show that has everyone talking. It's the part where Chalk Chappell says he is leaving. He is seen in the preview saying it's a fear of his, and he doesn't know if he can do this. It shows him telling the other men he is going to leave. Chalk also tells Joan he appreciates her more than she will ever know. He then gets into a waiting SUV. Is that the last of Chalk? According to spoiler guru Reality Steve, it is not the last fans will see of Chalk. Steve revealed on his daily podcast that he does not know exactly what happened that led to this departure. Now in a new preview, it seems Chalk has to leave for a family emergency. His mother has stage 4 cancer, and something happens that leads him to return to her. Joan says in the preview that if he doesn't come back, it will change everything for her. The good news is that he will be back. There are scenes in Tahiti that clearly show Chalk there. The only ones who went to Tahiti are the final 3. Therefore, whatever happens isn't permanent, as Chalk does go to the fantasy suites with Joan Vassos. Do not read if you do not want to know how far Chalk makes it. Reality Steve released final rose ceremony spoilers for Joan Vassos' season of The Golden Bachelorette. At first, he had it wrong. However, he found the correct information about who Joan chooses. According to Steve, Joan chooses to give her final rose to Chalk Chappell at the end of her journey. While Steve is unsure if they got engaged, he is leaning more toward believing they did. He said he's heard rumblings that indicate an engagement happened. This week's episode of The Golden Bachelorette airing October 9, 2024, features a dramatic turn for fan favorite Chalk Chappell. In the previews, Chalk is seen grappling with whether he can continue on Joan Vassos' journey for love. His emotional statement, "I don't know if I can do this," leaves fans wondering if he will leave the show for good. In a heart-to-heart moment, Chalk tells Joan, "I appreciate you more than you'll ever know," before getting into a waiting SUV. While this might look like the end of Chalk's journey, it's not as final as it seems. According to insider reports, Chalk leaves due to a personal family emergency involving his mother, who is battling stage 4 cancer. Despite this heartbreaking departure, Chalk is expected to return later in the season, making an appearance during the fantasy suite dates in Tahiti. This indicates that his exit is temporary, and he remains a top contender for Joan's final rose. 6+ source, 7+ source. For fans of The Golden Bachelorette this emotional episode may add uncertainty to Joan's decision-making process, but it appears Chalk's connection with her remains strong. Stay tuned to see if Chalk ultimately wins her heart, as spoilers suggest he might. 7+ source. In the captivating world of reality TV, The Golden Bachelorette has drawn viewers with its promise of love and second chances. While fans have been glued to their screens, hoping to see who will win the heart of the show's leading lady, the latest buzz surrounds Chalk, one of the most enigmatic and dynamic contestants. The burning question everyone is asking this week is, Asterisk asterisk does Chalk go home asterisk asterisk. Hashtag 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 who is Chalk? Before diving into spoilers, let's get to know Chalk. From the moment he walked onto the asterisk Golden Bachelorette asterisk stage, Chalk stood out with his natural charm, charismatic smile, and his no-nonsense approach to love. A silver-haired, sharp-suited gentleman, Chalk brought a refreshing energy to the show. His personality exudes confidence, but it's his vulnerability that really tugged at the audience's heartstrings. In his introduction package, Chalk spoke candidly about the loss of his wife years ago, and how he's since dedicated his time to raising his children. It's this balance of strength and sensitivity that has won him admirers both on and off the show. While other contestants have been known for their flashy moves or dramatic declarations, Chalk has remained understated and genuine. His journey has been more about finding true connection rather than playing the reality TV game. This week, however, Chalk's time on the show faces its most significant test yet. Hashtag 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 the episode build-up. The lead-up to this week's episode has been nothing short of thrilling. The Bachelorette has formed deep connections with several men, but Chalk's relationship with her stands out for its quiet depth. They've shared long, meaningful conversations that go beyond surface-level flirtation. Their chemistry is undeniable, and yet this week tension begins to rise. In the previous episode, a misunderstanding left viewers on the edge of their seats. Chalk, always the gentleman, was pulled into a conflict between two other contestants. While Chalk didn't instigate the drama, his involvement painted him in a different light. The usually calm, composed man was seen defending his actions, and the Bachelorette seemed taken aback. The two ended the night without resolving their differences, leaving fans wondering what would come next. As this week's episode begins, Chalk is still reeling from the fallout. He's caught between wanting to clear his name and staying true to the humble, grounded person he's shown himself to be. Hashtag 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 date drama. The week's episode opens with a one-on-one date between Chalk and the Bachelorette. For Chalk, this is his chance to reconnect with her and rebuild the trust that may have been shaken in the previous episode. The date is set in a picturesque vineyard, with rolling hills and golden sunsets, providing the perfect backdrop for romance. The couple share a picnic, and for a moment, it seems like everything is falling back into place. They talk openly about the previous conflict, with Chalk explaining his perspective. He acknowledges that while he didn't intend to get involved, his protective nature took over. The Bachelorette listens, her expression softening as she sees the sincerity in his eyes. She tells him that she values honesty and transparency above all, and for a fleeting moment, it seems like Chalk is back in her good graces. However, just as the conversation begins to ease, an unexpected twist occurs. The Bachelorette receives a mysterious note from another contestant. The note, cryptic and vague, hints at secrets that Chalk may be keeping. Immediately, the mood shifts. The Bachelorette, who was just beginning to open up again, becomes guarded. She questions Chalk, asking if there's anything he hasn't told her. Chalk, visibly confused, denies any wrongdoing, but the seeds of doubt have been planted. Hashtag 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 the cocktail party showdown. As the night progresses, Chalk becomes the center attention at the weekly cocktail party. The other contestants, sensing his vulnerability, begin to whisper about the note and its implications. While no one knows exactly what the note refers to, the mere suggestion that Chalk might be hiding something is enough to spark rumors. Some contestants, jealous of his close connection with the Bachelorette, seize the opportunity to fan the flames of doubt. During his private moment with the Bachelorette at the party, Chalk tries once again to assure her of his integrity. He reminds her of their shared moments, the deep conversations they've had, and how he's always been upfront about his intentions. But the Bachelorette, now wary, admits that she's not sure what to believe. I don't want to think you're hiding anything, Chalk, she says, her voice trembling with uncertainty. But I need to be sure. Chalk, ever the gentleman, doesn't push. Instead, he takes her hand and promises that his only secret is how deeply he's falling for her. It's a beautiful moment, but there's a lingering tension that neither of them can shake.